morning, everybody. This is Rhonda, and we are back to Morning Coffee Revolutions here at the Canadian People's Union and Power Shift. So, welcome. Um, Today's topic are things that haven't aged well. It's sort of a tongue-in-cheek because it's my birthday today, and I'm very grateful to still be here. 7 years ago, shortly after my birthday, 7 years ago, if you Google my name, you'll see what happened, and I'm just very grateful to still be celebrating birthdays. So, as on that note, things that haven't aged well. I feel like this whole week has been a big birthday gift as far as information as it's spewing out from the US and other sources and all of that regarding what we've been going through for over almost a year and a half now. So let's talk about a few of those things. This is going to be a very short, very, very short. From now on, all of my morning coffee revolutions that I'm aiming to keep them under 10 minutes. So it's going to be very short, succinct, and then I'll say what I have to say and then I'll be done and we can continue having conversations in the discussion area of the chat later or of the video later, which is what I really truly love doing. So, and thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, okay, first of all, Fauci's emails. Isn't that something else? Hey, that's the biggest birthday gift ever, I tell you. It goes to show that what a lot of us who have been looking at this from a logical and critical point of view, we're saying that, what's going on here? Why have we never treated other COVID viruses like this? What's even H1N1 wasn't treated this drastically. So, and it was deadlier. So, what's really been going on here? And I'm not going to get into them in depth here because I just want to highlight it because you can go online, Google Fauci, the words Fauci's emails, and you will be able to read for days about what's going on there. But let's just say that he, along with several other, if you go back into the media history of several other health officials in Canada, you will see that they've all stated at the very beginning of this that masks are not necessary. Only the very ill need to be wearing masks. They were concerned, several of them were concerned about vaccine injuries because, especially here in Canada, with what happened with the H1N1 vaccine in 2009, a lot of people were vaccine injured from that vaccine. And if you, myself included. So if you go back and Google vaccine injury H1N1 2009, you will see a whole bunch of information about why people today are truly vaccine hesitant. I myself am not anti-vaccine, but I'm certainly vaccine hesitant as a result of what personally happened to me. So there's that. That's the other little thing as a result of, again, Fauci's emails. And then the fact that hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and a bunch of other over-the-counter, off-label use medications that have already been approved for health and safety and all of that and been used for decades are quite effective at keeping us healthy from this new virus. And the big kicker, the biggest kicker of all, is that not such a natural virus after all. It was actually, through those emails, it's now confirmed that, it's more than likely been pretty much released from a lab. So it was grown in a lab, released from a lab, and that's making a lot of people across the world happy. Not happy that we have this virus, but happy that their suspicions and their logic and the threads that they followed, that journalists that are supposed to be doing this as their job never followed. So very, very, very happy about all of this. And now the real thing is, now we have this on this hand, right? So now we know that some of our suspicions are true, that some of this is really overblown, it questions why we're still under emergency health orders. It questions a lot of things. On the other hand, what do we do? What do we do now? What do we do? Our governments aren't listening to us. They aren't. They aren't paying attention. Something else I want to say, and I don't know if Nicole shared it yet on the page because I actually haven't been on our page to see yet. But in Quebec, a few people did a protest. They at a restaurant. They protested and they did a bang up job. She showed it to me this morning and it made my heart sing because they did it properly. They weren't rude. They weren't too loud. They were respectful of all the other patrons that were in the restaurant or at the outdoor patio where people were eating. They weren't intrusive. They did their few-minute thing and then they were done and they went on the way. But they probably opened up a lot of people's eyes that were sitting there, and they made their point very clear. So this is what we've been saying all along. Civil disobedience done the correct way is actually quite effective. And we need to start doing that. And we need to start having a lot more conversations about how we can unite to do that as small groups. How do we do this that keeps everybody from getting into trouble? Because nobody wants to get in trouble. Nobody wants to have a ticket. Nobody wants to bring that risk to themselves, especially if it could cost you your job. Nobody wants to do that. We don't expect people to take those types of risks for that. It's not necessary. So again, what you're going to see happening being rolled out here are a lot of conversations. So we can have these conversations around what can we do? What can I do if I live in a small town? What can I do if I live in a rural area? What can I do if nobody around me is protesting? What can I do? I don't want to have to drive 4 hours to attend a protest every week. That's counterproductive. So what can I do in my space if I can't protest at all? Let's say I have health issues and I can't protest at all, or because of my career, all of that kind of stuff. What do I do? So we're going to be working on all of that. We're going to be using the website a lot for this because we're going to be rolling out calls to action and things that you can do quickly in your own home. 5 minutes, cut and paste, send off the email, and away you go. Go about your day. And no, do you know what? People are scared to send emails because they think that they will be put on a blacklist or labeled and all that kind of stuff. No, no, don't worry about that. No. If you're doing it the right way, you are a concerned citizen and you have a right to contact those that you elect. It's that simple. Do it respectfully, do it correctly, and you will be heard. You may not get any action because that's the way our political process is right now, but at least you will be heard, you will be counted. And that's what's important. Every voice matters in our political system. Every voice matters. Every citizen's voice matters. Something that people may not be aware of is what we're doing at the Power Shift. If you go to the website, thepowershift.ca, at the top are 3 calls to action. I call them calls to action because that's what as an activist, that's what we calls to action, actions that you take. And there's 3 of them there. None of them are a petition. They are all going to be used for legal actions. And it's important that they not be a petition, and here's why. Petitions count as one voice only. So when you hear about the government talking about citizen input and all that kind of stuff, you could have 100,000 people on a petition. Our government views that as one voice. If those 100,000 people sent an email, that's 100,000 voices that are weighted much heavier than a petition. If you make a phone call, that's a voice that's weighted much heavier then an email. And you can do all three. You can do it. You can contact as often, and every contact, as long as it involves a different subject, as long as it involves a different issue, as long as it involves a solution. Always provide a solution. Always come up with a solution that, as well as when you're contacting them. So because then they've got something to work with. Don't just complain. Complaining does nothing. So we're going to be working through all of this again over the next few days, weeks, however long it takes. It'll start on the website. It'll be shared to social media. My videos will be happening every day now, every day of the week. I think I'm going to be taking Saturdays and Sundays off. It's riding season, folks. I want to be on a motorcycle on my weekends. So every Saturday and Sunday I'll be taking off, and then I'll be here Monday to Friday doing my coffee revolution. And here we'll be doing more as well, because we do want to start having real conversations, engaging. There's two groups that I monitor, or that I created years ago, and I monitor, and they're under the phrase Unite and Act, citizens, informed citizens. So if we're informed citizens for change, Unite and Act, informed citizens for change. It's a private one and a public one. And we'll be having a lot of discussion. We'll start having a lot of discussion there as well. And as well as on the forum section of our website. You're just going to see a lot of places that you can start having discussion. We have a Telegram account. We have a Instagram account. We're probably not going to be doing too much on Twitter. Twitter is really, really difficult, and will be banned probably inside of a day on Twitter. So we're not even going to go there. But we'll use Instagram. We'll use Telegram, and then Facebook. Maybe even TikTok. I don't know yet. So TikTok is great because it keeps your videos to a small limit. And I see already I've gone over my limit for time. So again, I'm going to be done here. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day. And again, things that haven't aged well. This has been one of those weeks where a lot of things that we've been told over the last year and a half just really hasn't aged well. Think about it. It's kind of funny. Kind of ironic, and I'm loving it. So have a great day, folks. We will see you soon, and keep the chatter up in the comments. I'll be in and out throughout the day, checking on the comments and adding my 2 cents. And if I don't need to add my 2 cents, then you won't hear from me. So have a great one, everybody. Bye.